Should the Toyota Tacoma fear the 22 Nissan Frontier? Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and that's right. Should the Toyota Tacoma fear the 22 Nissan Frontier? You know, recently, I started getting some comments and things about this new Nissan Frontier. And full disclosure, I went out and I looked. This is really boneheaded, right? I went out, I looked at the new Frontier, and what I was looking at was the 2021 Nissan Frontier, right? So I looked it up and I thought, well, that's not really that different. What's the big deal? I kind of discounted it, right? I thought, there's nothing to this. Well, little did I know, I wasn't looking at what everybody was talking about. They're talking about the upcoming, redesigned, reimagined 2022 Nissan Frontier. So I pulled this thing up and I got to tell you, I think Toyota should be a little bit concerned. The Tacoma should fear the 22 Frontier. Let's take a look. It has a new look, which I think is awesome. It does look a lot like the Toyota Tacoma. And why wouldn't it? You know, if you're out there and you're a manufacturer, you're going to shoot for number one. And they're shooting at the Toyota Tacoma. It has new technology, awesome technology inside. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And new capability. First of all, what I looked at, it was the Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. Now, I would say that's probably similar to the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. What does it have? It's got a 3.8 liter, 310 horsepower V6 motor. No hybrid, no electrics, none of that stuff. Just your good old-fashioned power, right? And it beats out the Toyota Tacoma for sure. They call it torquey, but they didn't really give any numbers or anything to denote what that is. But I'm sure it's going to be a bit more oomph than what the Tacoma has. New front end with LEDs everywhere. The front end of it looks awesome. You know, they've got the nice C-shaped LEDs, new bumper, new skid plate underneath with, it looks like integrated tow hooks. It looks really awesome. And it says, at least it looks like so far, Frontier right across the hood here. It looks like it's kind of stamped into the hood or the plastic, which it probably is. But either way, it looks pretty darn cool. It's a 4x4, of course, with Bilstein shocks and electronic locking differential. Exterior camera views. It has a system, I think, which at least from pictures looks to be very similar to what the Tacoma has. You know, that kind of 360-degree camera. The Tacoma's actually might be just a tad bit better in the views that it gives, but it is very, very similar. Now, this is the one bad thing about it, I think. They tout this as a positive. I think I would probably disagree. The Nissan Safety Shield, or the NSS system. Does that sound familiar? We have the TSS system, Toyota Safety Sense, right? It's the same general idea. All that monitoring and assisting and all that stuff of everything in front of the truck. Now, I don't know how they're doing it exactly, but they have to have some sort of sensor system in the front. I don't know if they treat it like Toyota does down there with that problem-plagued thing behind the little plate on the front of the truck, or if you haven't gone with the Pro Grill like I have, right behind that Toyota badge. We'll see. I think it's going to be very interesting to find out if they have the same kind of issues as what Toyota has had with their sensor system. We shall see. Redesigned interior. I gotta say, the interior of this thing looks awesome. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that stuff that everybody wants right now. I think it's pretty common across most brands right now. Leather seats with accented stitching. In the model I saw, it was orange. And then they have the Pro 4X stitched into the seat as well. And they look really, really awesome. A 9-inch touchscreen. 9-inch touchscreen. That's bigger than what I just put in my Jeep Gladiator. That thing's got to be fantastic, and I love to see that. 110 volt outlets, and they do say that plurally. So apparently they have more than one 110 volt outlet like the Toyota has in the bed. Remote engine start with climate control. They say that it can adjust the cabin temperature based on what the exterior temperatures are outside. Of course, I'm sure you can set all that, where you want it to be, but when you hit your remote start, it should do everything automatically. With the Toyota now, you kind of have to leave everything on. If you're going to remote start it and you want the air conditioning running, you kind of have to leave the air conditioning on where you want it from before. So you have to remember to do that, They have 6-way adjustable zero gravity seats, and the 6-way adjustable appears to be for the driver only. So once again, like Toyota, we're forgetting about the passenger. They don't need to be comfortable. But this zero gravity thing I find interesting. It's supposed to be for comfort, of course. They say it's based on space or the space vehicles, right? That should be pretty cool. Be interesting to see what that's like. It's supposed to be available late summer 2021, so coming up this year. And there was no price given, but I got to think it's going to be somewhere around what the TRD Pro is. I mean, they have to be competitive, right? They can't come out with a $60,000 truck and expect to compete with the Tacoma. Now, how this varies, I did a video recently about the Honda Ridgeline attacking the Toyota Tacoma. This isn't even stated. They don't even mention the Toyota Tacoma, at least anywhere that I saw. Maybe they will later on. On Honda's website, they actually had a comparison tab that brings up other trucks, particularly the Toyota Tacoma. And I gotta say, probably the reason they didn't do that is because it is blatantly obvious. They don't really have to state that they're challenging the Tacoma, because they certainly are. So what do I think of it from what I've seen so far? I've had a lot of questions on the channel about that. I gotta say, first impressions, it looks awesome. And this is a Nissan Frontier, right? A complete departure from what they had before, I think, as far as the appearance goes. It looks to me to be a little bit bigger, pretty much along the same lines as what the Tacoma is. Hard to tell from pictures. Once I am able to see one in person, then I'll know for sure. But looks a lot like the Toyota Tacoma as far as appearance goes, I think, with a lot of updated features and a lot more flash in the truck than what Toyota is doing with the Tacoma. And this is a good example, I think. Toyota, they just roll along and don't really do anything. It takes years and years, which is okay on models, I suppose, like the Tundra, where it doesn't really seem that they're focused on capturing any more of the market than they already have. But with the Toyota Tacoma, it's a different story. It is their #1 selling midsize truck, right? It is the #1 midsize selling truck. And I really doubt it's within Toyota's plan to let that slip and lose. So I think that this new Nissan Frontier, as long as it's well received, by you and me, is going to spur Toyota to actually make a move and do something, probably sooner than the 3 to 5 years from now, or whatever it is that they're currently hedging for, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see. Competition is great. It should make the Tacoma better. We shall see. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this new Nissan Frontier. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. They have a tab on their site. You can go there and see what it looks like and all the stuff that they've put in it. Again, I got to say, it's pretty cool. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I have 2 other channels, RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and RobMotive Civic, all about my adventures with the Honda Civic Sport and the Honda Civic Type R. Check those out if you would. If you like them, please subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.